What if most people are good? What if most people are good? Suppose that most people are good. I think that would be such a massive turning in most of our minds. It is such a massive turn from the assumption that we have to protect ourselves and that we should be careful with who we trust and who we talk to and who we should be nice to and all that. And all those institutionalized assumptions about the right way to go and how to organize ourselves and our communities and our businesses and our relations and societies and democracies and God knows what. Do you see how deep that assumption that we should be careful, that we should not trust, that we should keep an eye? Do you see how deep that assumption is? Do you see how big that is? Do you see that? That is pretty much everything. It's not everything, but it's pretty much everything. And now there is this guy who wrote a book, and he is quite convincingly, with facts and studies and philosophy and science and all that, and not too theoretical, rather factual, not conceptual analysis, but just facts, mere facts. Also facts about sources, unjustful sources of how we became to believe that we should not trust. No, not that we should not trust, that human beings are not trustworthy. God, do you see it? Do you then here there is this guy who made this book. And if he's right, he is turning the world upside down. And that is far more lightly said than done. I mean, the impact of the impact of that pivot, it is so huge that probably you are paralyzed just by the question. Suppose all human beings are good. What should we do? What does that mean? What do you mean? What does that mean? Right? It will probably cause you to not say anything. And maybe because you like me, you would think about, I don't know, not using the locks on the house or something like that. But it is so massive. And if it is true, And I tend to think that it's true. For the simple fact that everything that caused us to believe that it was untrue seems either unreal or unjustified. It's just wrong ideas with too much impact. And the dynamics of that impact growth are unraveled, discovered in the most literal meaning of the word. They are discovered, they are uncovered, they are revealed, it can be seen. It was unjust. It was unjust. Unjustified. There were all kinds of research and researchers celebrated, taken for granted, trusted, built other theories upon, built systems upon, built rules upon, built businesses upon, all kinds of things built upon unjustified assumption. God, how could we have been so mistaken? We should completely alter all that. And that is such a big question. That is such a huge quest. Do you see it? Do you see how big that quest is? And it happened to be that I began this community of forward thinkers who are looking to change the world. So let us, within that community, please, yes, go and think this through and make this work and begin to use our minds to, add a little snowball effect to that monumental book. Maybe you just want to read the book first. That's fine, go do it. It's in English, it's in audio, it's in Dutch, it's in audio. It's an easy read, it's a beautiful read, it's fun, it's fine, you can do it, no props. And the now what's? Now what's? I think the now what's are huge. And I think the now what's are premature. I think the now what's need a lot more thinking time, shared thinking time. Please share some thinking time with me on this now what, on this pivot, on the view of human nature, from negative to positive. Please do visit me. Share thinking time with me about that, because it is so massive. It's not just a few people who are good. It's not just your friends and family or the ones you know. Suppose it's in our nature. What? Yes, I know. It's huge. Monumental, that's what it is. Let it be a milestone, a turning point, and join me in the quest of finding answers to the question, what does it mean? What does it mean for me? What does it mean for you? What does it mean for us? What actions, what deeds, big, small, I don't know, I don't care, anything, everything, all about that. Suppose human beings are good for a peep's sake. Suppose human beings are good. Suppose that we became to believe that people are not good because there were all kinds of ideas causing us to think that, and we built systems upon it, causing us to believe that they were true, causing us to see the facts wrongly, and believing that the unjust interpretation was the right interpretation. I mean, if the fundaments are kicked underneath all those beliefs and self-fulfilling prophecy facts caused by those beliefs, suppose that happened. Come on! How can you not want to think about that? If you care about human beings, nature, earth, future, animals, anything you care about is affected by this. It's like oxygen. It's like the bees. It's like gravity. It is that fundamental. So whatever it is that you care about, think please with me in shared thinking time or with others. I'm fine, doesn't have to be me. But I would love you to join me, for I see how this theme needs thinkers, forward thinkers. We need to have shared thinking time on how this monumental pivot influences your loves, the things that you love, the things that you care about, because it is influenced by it. Quite a speech, I know. I hope you feel it too. Feel welcome to join me.